Today we're going to talk about just simple stuff. We're going to talk about something you might have on your desk, or if you're going to school, a pencil and paper. So the word for pencil is Eshoccickv, and I was going to write something else here now.
Translation.
Translation. No. This is to use. Would you say to use? The
Yes.
use of?
Yes.
The use of.
To.
The use of something that writes. The root word is hochi. Hochi. It's write. Written or write. Hochi. So.
Actually, it's mark. To mark something.
Oh, to mark something.
Yeah.
Okay. This means to mark. To mark.
Let me give you an example, Joe.
Okay.
Back in the old country, there's a town called Chattahoochee.
Okay.
It's actually, the word is Chattahoochee, and it uses that word hochi,
Oh.
and it means
Mark on the rock.
a rock that's been marked on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can be hochi, it's to mark something.
Okay.
And but in this case, when we say Eshoccickv, it's something to mark with.
Okay.
And whether that's pencil or whatever, our language is descriptive. So it describes the action of marking on something. Something that you mark with.
Something to mark with is what we're going to go with.
Yeah.
Eshoccickv is the use of or something to mark with Eshoccickv. So that's where we get that word. Here's your root word right here. Sometimes if you have trouble figuring out what a word is, you can look about in the middle and find the root word. And you can go from there, you can go to your dictionary and find something close to it, see that it would be this right here. And so, and then paper, which is choga. And I don't know how they got that, but that's choga for paper.
Choyeda.
Choyeda? You mean that?
Choya not you're putting your mark on something.
Okay.
So if you're putting your mark on paper, or since paper is what you typically put your mark on, they use that word choga. Choga is actually short for choyeda.
Choyeda, okay.
Yeah.
Choga is short for choyeda, to mark on something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we get the word paper. And so this is taken from here. Choga. Taking this and adding it. Okay. So here's some adjectives. We're going to describe pencils and paper with our adjectives. So we got colors, and we just got a few of them listed here. Hatki, Hasilani Omi, which is a new word, which was developed so that when we did our deal with the State Department of Education, they said that we have to have something that is more understandable or more teachable for the young kids. So Lani was originally the word which it was used in context of something. If you were talking about green grass, or it was Lani, or if you was talking about something yellow, it was talking about the sun or something, you could say Lani. And so that was the word. But now that we have to have that curriculum change, now we've added the Hasilani Omi, like the sun, yellow like the sun. That's why we get yellow now. But these are original, Hatki and Lusty, and then we have other colors, but we'll not go there today. And then we could say a white pencil, or a black pencil, or a yellow pencil. We can use these words to define a pencil. So sharp, we can define a pencil to be sharp, and it's fusky, which actually means sharp, fusky. And in Florida, they call it Egan Fusky. Ain't that what they call it? Egan
Mhm.
Fusky, because it juts out into the ocean. Fusky. Fusky. And I think there was a guy in Cornwall named Fusky, too. And he had a nickname, Fusky, which would be Sharp.
Nathan
Nathan
Harjo.
Nathan Harjo. His name was Fusky. That was his Indian name, Sharp. And so we could say a sharp pencil or a new pencil, Mojussi, which is a new pencil. Old is Lishki. And so you're going to say old pencil, you say Eshoccickv Lishki.
Just to clarify on that a little bit, Lisky, when you use the word Lisky, it does mean old, but it means dilapidated, old, and worn out.
Okay.
But, or you can say Azuli.
Azuli.
Eshoccickv Azuli. That means an old pencil that you've had a long time. Or Eshoccickv Lisky means it's kind of ragged. It's Lisky is a little bit more descriptive and something that's deteriorated or something like that. Or
Akadipek Lishki.
yeah, Haripeglinska. That means old tattered pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we can go with a long pencil, which is Chupki. Chupki is long. And then we're going to get a verb. Now, mostly we've been putting on Facebook and everywhere else that your general structure of a sentence is a subject, object, and verb. So verb usually comes last. There are instances where it doesn't because we don't know how to talk sometimes. But the verb, here are some of the verbs. If you buy a pencil, Nishida. Let's do that, Nishida. And then if you sell a pencil, Wayida, to sell, means to sell. If you borrow, Palida. Is that short from?
No, actually, Polga is short for Palida.
Okay, Polga.
Yeah. Joe, before you get too far away from it, you know that sentence structure, subject, object, verb, most languages, European languages included, a lot of languages have the same sentence structure as we do. Eastern European, Asian, but the English is the one that has it all backwards. The English is the one that does the object, verb, subject.
Okay.
So I always say that we talk right, the English don't.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So then borrow again is palga or palida, and to sharpen is fasijida, and then to break is gajida, to break it. So if we was going to put a simple sentence together, we could say Eshoccickv can't spell worth a darn this morning. Let's use long pencil. And then we're going to use a form of to buy. So I'm going to tell you to buy a pencil. Nisas. This is a form of nisida. Nisas. Eshoccickv chapki. Nisas. Now, you might clarify this for us.
I wouldn't put the T on it. Eshoccickv. If you was to say it is long, you would say Eshoccickv chapkiros. But in this case, where you're saying you're given a command to go buy a pencil, you would leave the pencil just like it is. Eshoccickv chapkin nisrosh.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me rewrite that.
Buy a long pencil.
Chapkin. Nisas. Now I'm going to change this top one, so I'm going to leave it up to you. So, go buy you a long pencil. That's what it says. Eshoccickv chapkin nisas. Now we're going to change this right here.
the little eraser. You have one?
I got one here somewhere. Elaine was laughing at me this morning. Now, which one did, what did you say a while ago? Chupki. I mean, Eshoccickv. Eshoccickv. Chupki.
On got Eshoccickv. Chupkidos.
Chupki os. Eshoccickv.
No.
Eshoccickv.
Eshoccickv.
Chupki. Both of them have the T?
Huh?
Both of them have the T?
Yeah.
So now we're saying a pencil is long. Now, let's do one more. Could we say that?
Eshoccickv. Chupki. You can say Eshoccickv once again without the T,
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying long pencil. Let him borrow it or let someone
Okay.
borrow it. So you don't need the T in that case.
Okay.
It's just because all you're talking about is the pencil.
Okay.
But if I don't know, the best way I can describe it is you use that T on the end when you're talking about that object doing something or being something like that person. Eshoccickv. Chupkidos. That pencil is long. That pencil is almost taken on a I don't know,
Like
kind of
like pointing at it?
adverb, kind of a that
It's the subject, so that's why it has the T on that first one. Since you're talking about the pencil,
Yeah.
that's why it has the T, because it is the subject.
Okay.
When he says Nisus, it's not the subject, because Nisus, you're buying is the subject, the person. That's the subject. And that's why it doesn't have a T on that.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. Come explain it.
That's it right there. That's all I can add.
So we could make a sentence with paper right here. Let's go here. Okay, somebody set this up for me. Paper,
Choga.
choga. Oh, that is paper. Choga. Oh, I say choga. Okay,
Hutke.
hutki.
Wales.
Where's sell white paper? Sell white paper. That's what we wrote.
just to clarify that wayas is a form of the word wayita, to sell.
Yeah.
So
So this is a form of this word right here.
Yeah.
Wayida. Wayas.
that's a command to sell.
This is just say this is to sell. This merely says to sell. But when we add it, change it to wayas means you sell.
A directive.
Direct command. Okay, Inga, Marigos, any questions? Any answers? Nakabuhay na ojis ka.
So if I was going to say Joga Hutke, hang on. Pull Gaya. Would that be right?
Are you using borrow?
Mm-hmm.
Or you could say Chogahaki, embellish.
Umbalis.
Embellish.
What do you want to say?
Or embellish. I don't know that some people say embellish and some people say embellish.
Yeah.
So it's either one is correct. But it's saying loan me white paper.
Okay.
So Delaney, say this word on top here.
Choga hatki umbrellas.
Umbrellas. Loan me some white paper. Okay. And we said, well, I don't know if they got lusty paper, but we could say lusty paper.
Lonnie paper.
Lonnie.
No.
Construction, construction paper is black.
Yeah.
So mollusky, mollusky.
Choga lusty umbrellas. Choga Lani umbrellas.
Green.
Choga Lonnie. Chayaji.
Chayajis. Chayajis. Morning. Choga Lani, Chayajis. I want, what color? Lani? Green?
Green, brown,
Green
whatever,
and brown.
yellow, green, brown, yellow.
Green, brown, or yellow paper. Chogalani, Chayajis. So if you wanted Hasilani, which is sun, you can say Hasilani, Hasilani Omi, or Pahilani Omi, which is new.
You know, that's a subject that I've talked to a lot of people about. Let's go back to this mindset we was talking about a while ago. Okay, if you're a first language speaker and and you say that word Lonnie, the listener already knows what color you're talking about without saying Bahilani Umi, Hashilani Umi, because we don't use that in regular conversation. We'll say, Nakalani does a lofkin. Hirik pega Nakalani does a lofkin. Haket Sten mundo at Kitlabadoes and more does a lofkin or how they're saying there's something brown on my pants this morning and I don't know how it got there. But if they turn right around and say, Hayot, Mishkirunga Pahilanos Yagitur Mama, then they can say, then they understand that you're saying since it's summertime the grass is real green. But here's a funny thing about that word, Lonnie. It describes about 4 different colors.
Yeah.
But when you're speaking in that mindset of the language, the listener forms his own idea of what color you're talking about, whether it's yellow, brown, or green. But to complicate things a little bit, sometimes the old people, they'll say, that means it is so green. It's so green that it's blue. Kind of like a bluegrass.
Mm-hmm.
But, when they talk about Kentucky bluegrass, if you look at it, it ain't really blue. It's so dark green that they say bluegrass. And that's the same way with the language. Holati. I've
heard that.
That means it, and we all know wild onions don't get blue. They're green, but they're so dark green that people say they're blue. Holati. That means it was so thick and green that but we know what they mean. We know they mean green, dark green. So that word is a little bit complicated, but for the speaker and the listener, they form their own ideas about something. And if somebody says, we know grass ain't blue, but we know what they mean. We mean it is so deep and rich colored that it just looks blue. So
if they said Pahilani Hagitos, then you would say, did it get brown or did it get green?
No.
Green?
That's once again, when you think in that Muskogee mindset, you know what they're talking about. You know they mean green. They mean the weather has gotten good, and so the grass is really turning green. Pahilani.
So you could say the same thing in Hayiton, Pahilani Hagitos. You would understand it was brown. Yeah.
So that would be like in the fall or something, in winter when the grass turns brown and it dies.
Yeah. Well, see, in the context they're talking about, if they say Aligot Hebel, Pahilani Hagitor, Marnat, we know they're talking about green. Marjan, Hasho Hairo, Vizajiro, Pahidat, Tala Gibit Lani Hagitor, Marnat. That, see, they qualified it by saying Talagi, but that means they're wilting. And then when they say Lani Hagitos, that means it's turning brown. We know what they mean. But you have to kind of qualify it as you go. And but to the listener, he can decipher that out in his mind while somebody's talking, and they'll know exactly what they're talking about. At the ceremonial ground, the speaker, he gives speeches every once in a while, and one of the things they talk about is Bahilani bin Maragna. That means the season is coming on. It's a ceremonial season. That means the grass is starting to turn green. And but if they're going to talk about brown grass, they qualify it by saying Dalegi bin Lani Agitur Mahoma. Then you know they're wilting and turning brown. So it's sometimes I think that somebody should have taken a little more time to give us more words for those colors. But then again, I think, no, our people knew what they was doing. They want you to think. They want you to think, and they want you to decipher in your own mind what color he's talking about.